thing is we're not pro-rally or anti-rally. And we have, I had an initial bias that was anti-rally because I'm highly independent. And I thought because a rally wasn't for me, it shouldn't be for anyone. But we've met a number of people that first could get up their courage.
Yeah, and it gave them a level of comfort that they needed, and then they went off on their own.
Right. So we have changed
good.
from being anti-rally to understanding why people take place. And I think the important question is after the rally to ask the people, did you have a good time or not? And a lot of them, felt that they had a great time, but they might not necessarily do it again. We do believe in getting off the beaten track, and we do believe in, there's a bad trend developing because of security reasons. We have cruisers that are what we call herd cruising, and 6 American vessels get together. Well, it's possible that they can get in a mindset, of course it's not just Americans, it could be just French or just British and Germans, but this group of boats get together and then they start kind of fearing the local populace. They kind of think, we've had these groups, some of them said, well, we have a no locals aboard rule. We don't want them to see that we have stereos. And I thought to myself, my gosh, if it comes to that, I'll hang up my hook. I don't have not only don't I have a no locals aboard, if anything, I have all locals aboard rule. And if I wanted everybody in New York City to be hanging around my boat, I'd have it anchored off New York City. But I'm in Samoa, and I want Samoans hanging around my boat, and I want to learn from their culture, I want to learn from their art, etc. So we very much believe in going out there. There's still endless islands that are completely deserted.
Even tropical islands.
In Micronesia.
A lot of people say you have to go to cold places to be away from everybody, but we went through Micronesia, Koh Rai, Pohnpei, Yap, and we saw maybe 5 other boats the whole time for months.
In a half a year, and there would be we'd say, oh, there's like another cruising boat, only 1,800 miles away from us. So sometimes we were completely deserted in islands and atolls with nobody for weeks at a time, except maybe some fishermen in a canoe would go by. It's still out there. The dream, I grew up reading in the 50s aboard the schooner Elizabeth, the literature of the 20s and 30s in the South Pacific, Harry Pigeon, of course, Joshua Slocum, Frederick Fenger, all these books I grew up like the Hardy Boys to me. And now I find out that this still exists. I'm living it every day.
Yeah, kind of the South Pacific is now the North Pacific, but
so it's still possible.
It's still there.
It's really there. You just have to search a little bit. And yes, there's more boats, but it used to be where I'd sail into a harbor and there'd be 3 boats in there and I would love every one of those people. Now I sail into the harbor, there might be 100 boats, but there's still 3 of them that I love the people.